All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, trying to make something out of nothing here on a very slow day in the world of classic rock. Doing what I do in somewhat real time for a handful of people out here, just like you and just like me. So I'm getting a lot of messages about the Eagles. Why? Because it appears that maybe they're going to stop adding concert dates after the dates they just added. Um, the headline: Eagles announce final Sphere concert dates. Of course, all the websites like to say final concert dates, meaning maybe this could be the end. Could this be the end of the Eagles? Stay tuned for As the Eagles Turn. I should have had the soap opera music queued up, but no. It's not really a soap opera. You know what the soap opera is? So Stuart Smith, I think, retired because he's got Parkinson's. And I was thinking, here's a great opportunity for the band to bring back, say, I don't know, Bernie Ledden, Don Felder. And people would pay big bucks. I think, not that they're not already paying big bucks. I'm sorry. They're already paying big bucks to see a band with one original member. Now, I know people are going to say, what about Joe Walsh? Well, he's not an original, but he's a long time. Same with Tim Schmidt, who is also still hanging on out there. So you got three legacy guys and a bunch of other people. Oh, Vince Gill. Forgot about Vince Gill. Who needs another guitarist when you've got Vince Gill out there, right? And Vince kind of sounds like Tim, but yet Vince will sing songs that Glenn made famous, and Deacon, who is Glenn's son, won't sing those songs. He'll sing a couple of them, but he won't sing all of them. It's really bizarre, right? It was a cool thing to bring in Deacon, but then you bring in Vince, who I guess Don Henley really loves Vince Gill. And so when Stuart Smith retired, it would have been kind of cool to bring back, but they don't have to. They have Chris Holt, right? Who's Chris Holt? Well, he's the guy who played, I believe, on Don Henley's last solo record in 2016 or so. And he's worked with Jackson Browne and Stevie Nicks and the Doobies and Derek Trucks and Chris Stapleton and Chris Earl and Clint Black. So he's pretty good. I'm not going to say he's not good, but it was interesting here. It says that he played in a few cover bands. Why am I laughing? Because are the Eagles turning into a cover band? A tribute band, cover band, right? Well, Dave, they've got Joe and they've got Don and they've got Tim. So it's not completely it's fine. You're making this more than it needs to be made into. Maybe. Again, it's a slow day in the world of classic rock. And I'm wondering, is this it for the Eagles? Probably not. Anyway, Chris Holt was in a band called Live and Let Die, which I'm assuming is a Wings cover band. Hard Day's Night could be a Beatles cover band. Big Mike's Box of Rock. You know, there was a group called Box of Frogs. Really cool. Sounded a lot like the Yardbirds. Band on the Run could be another Wings cover band, or it could be just a band running. Could be a band of runners who run from the cops or something. I don't know. And in 2020, during the Thingdemic, Chris Holt had All Request Thursday to help offset the loss of touring and performing revenue. How did that work out? Probably not so good. He kept the series going for 4 years and recorded 99 episodes. He did join Mike Campbell in the Dirty Knobs. Why? Because Mike Campbell is a huge musical hero. You know, you should have had Mike Campbell join the Eagles, since he likes to join bands that he doesn't really fit in with. Kind of like Fleetwood Mac, right? Again, having fun with this episode. But here's the deal. All right. So the Eagles have announced a few more gigs, but this could be it. So the band is currently at the Sphere in Las Vegas. It's like a 4-syllable word. Sphere. No, Sphere. You got to say it quick. It's 1 syllable. The Eagles started concerts there in September of 2024. They've played a total of 30 shows. The number of performances now will stretch into November, and now total 44 performances at the Sphere. And of course, they're well known for their big hit songs Hotel California, Lion Eyes, New Kid in Town, and Heartache Tonight, which I think Vince Gill singing Heartache Tonight just doesn't work, doesn't do it. But anyway, he does. I'm pretty sure he sings Heartache Tonight. Or maybe they're giving it to Joe. They shouldn't give it to Joe. Give it to Deacon. Anything that Dad sang, you're supposed to have Deacon sing it. I know that Vince Gill sings New Kid in Town. Why not Deacon Fry? He was kind of like the new kid in town when he joined the band. Vince Gill is not a new kid, right? So I'm just thinking another missed opportunity for a band that could generate even more revenue than they're currently generating. And Don Felder has new music coming out too. He's got the Vault collection, which I've been talking about. And it sounds pretty good. It sounds like music that the Eagles could have recorded on their final studio LP, unless they're recording and we don't know about it. I don't think they're going to record anything else. They're making lots of money, though, and apparently you can replace Stuart Smith, and you don't have to replace him with anyone really famous. But Chris Holt sounds like a good guy. Sounds like he had the job based on the fact that he was kind of an insider with Don Henley and Mike Campbell, which I guess makes some sense. And who needs Felder anyway, right? Felder is a bad dude because, you know, he wanted a fair cut of the revenue stream, and the other guys didn't want him to do that. So that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. The history of rock, brought to you by me, Dave. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, YouTube, all right here. No other channel, this one here. Also, buy me a coffee, Patreon. If you want to do the whole PJ Rock super chat, if you send out a message, that's helpful. PJ is financing the channel almost by himself, and I appreciate all of his efforts to do that. And anyone else, just subscribe and do what you can. All right. This is just a fun little endeavor for me at this point, and whatever happens, wherever it goes, it's kind of in God's hands at this point, as everything is, quite frankly. All right, I'm done with this super exciting video. Please, I guess I'm trying to finish this off by saying, yeah, this isn't my best work. All right, it's not.